back, but going to take a lot to pry him away from Valladolid. Second goal this season, leads the team in shots, and would not be surprised to see someone else in La Liga make a phone call or two before the season is over.
Well, as you said, he's had plenty of good dress rehearsals over the season coming in, but yeah, tonight he'd been warming his guns, hadn't he, from distance. And now, last time he really just got everything right, and all the stars were in alignment and pulled the trigger beautifully. Well, maybe we'll see more in the second half.
Omar, the last player that seems to be ready. Alfonso Alvarez Izquierdo gets us started. And again for Sociedad, 4 straight losses to start the season away from home, 5 straight going back to last year. They got the lucky goal, and it's one of those situations, Ray, against the run of play, you're thinking, oh, that'll do it. But give Valladolid credit, they did not back down.
Well, both goals, to be fair, were the result of good fortune rather than good luck, I would say, because Griezmann, that ball fell very nicely and convenient to him from one of the Sociedad defenders, and likewise at the other end for Herbert, it was Gonzalez who unfortunately provided his second opportunity. So fair scoreline on the scoreboard, perhaps, I think so, and 2 very similar goals. There's nothing in this game, nothing between these two teams that you could separate and think, but you would have expected the home team for sure to come on stronger now.
Rather casual on the challenge for Valiente, and squirts away for a corner kick.
I think it took a bad bounce in from Valiente.
This will be a chance on the first corner of the half. Spinning away from Hernandez, headed high into the air. Finally tracked down by Rucavina. De La Vega just plays it smart, quickly off the restart. You can sense Valladolid, the team that wants to get this thing moving a bit. Oscar Gonzalez, a few flashes, but nothing sparked. Swept away from Vela, and too much of the man, says the referee.
Oh, you've just seen that tackle there. Was that anything to be pulling a yellow card out for? Well, no, there wasn't, but it was in the first half when Patrick Abed just got the slightest touch.
Nice run. Vela into the middle, and off the crossbar. Griezmann with a chance to take the lead again.
Fabulous from the Mexican out wide. Carlos Vela leaves them in his wake, sees Griezmann pulling off, and he's got to find the back of the net with this, and that is a terrible finish by the bright light that promises so much but continues to disappoint. Antoine not able to direct his shot underneath the crossbar. Hernandez in between the sticks for Valladolid. Thanks his lucky stars there. What a miss.
Ball lifted. Agareche wasn't sure which shoulder it was coming over. Not easy when you open up, but
it's a hopping ball, Phil. That's the thing. This was opening up, but the ball was bouncing in towards him. So there's a lot more to take into consideration. But still, he'd probably not make many excuses either. But it wasn't the easiest of connections to make when you're coming on, running to a ball that's hopping towards you, and as you said, having to open up a little bit.
Chance again for Vela, much more involved, but frustration as he tries to pass it off to Griezmann, and it just rattles off his shins. Of course, almost looked like Vela was trying to put it through his teammate's legs too.
Ball.
Off to Omar. Haven't seen those crosses yet today. Tried it, but blocked. Just sent wide. Don't forget, check us out online, beinsport.tv. Plenty more action this week. Tomorrow on beIN Sport, Arsenal taking on Reading in Capital One play. Meanwhile, on beIN Sport in Espanyol, we'll see Valencia and Barcelona in Copa del Rey play. And then on Wednesday, Real Madrid on Espanyol. And what a match. Chelsea taking on Manchester United again, this time in the Cup. Wonder what Mark Clattenburg will be doing. 50th minute. Perez just in front of Rukavina. Real Madrid will be taking on Alcoyana, the team that Valladolid edged out to earn promotion to the top flight. Even more action in the Copa del Rey on Thursday. Busy week on beIN Sport. Oscar. Ebert. Rukavina. A hopeful pass, but not much movement on the front line. Bit better from Sociedad in the second half, but it wouldn't have taken much. Rueda, Rukavina back to the captain. Valiente, the former Sevilla man. Token pressure. Illaramendi stepping up. Calabella tried to find a teammate. Played. Belatedly does. Castro trying to keep him now slaloming down the line.
Too much. Tries
to speed around Jesus Rueda and ends up with a face full of grass. Good try by Castro. Maybe a bit more prudent on the next outcome. Lunge from Illaramendi stops another break. 1928 in the background in the corner. This one Valladolid started, but as you mentioned, over the last decade, pretty much up and down. Did have a decent cup run in 1989, but that's about it. Just 3 second division championships in the trophy case. Ebert pleading for the referee, but not that time. This closing out round 9. If this score holds, Valladolid would jump to 10, Sociedad to 14. I have a feeling that Javi Guerra is not going to be sending any Christmas cards to Alvarez. Back for Zubicaray. Well played, Balenciaga. A little late on the run. Smart by Inigo Martinez. Didn't want to wait too much longer.
Zubicaray showing the acceleration of a lawnmower off his line as well. Martinez was holding up, expecting his goalkeeper to come and collect, and Zubicaray want to make the effort.
from the corner flag, Ebert, and he can put it in from here. Bounces it low at the near post. Gets another crack. Good left. Turns into the box and just ridden wide enough. Talk about Zubi. You can see they really miss Claudio Bravo. With the Chilean out until the new year. And Zubi's going to have to carry them just above the relegation zone at kickoff. Martinez flies through to try and win it. Poor touch from Guerra. No goals on the season for the man who made the move from Levante. Valencia, Mallorca both gave him a shot, but settling in Valladolid. Got to do better than that.
Both teams have got to do better than this in this second half. Neither team coming out of the locker room after hearing their coach's tactical adjustments have showed anything in terms of organised possession, good cohesion. There's been very little, been very sporadic, hasn't it? And one good opportunity. Other than that, it's been like marbles on granite, just all at sea, not connecting the dots at all.
We do have Lolo Baraja, who is expected to start, but Rubio in his place via the lead.
Yeah, look out.
Chance for Griezmann. Tease it up.
There you go,
And
baby!
launches it home.
Class, again, personified by that guy I told you to watch out for. And that's what he's all about. Fabulous from Griezmann. Antoine the Terrible. This is worth looking over and over. Now, you can get, I hear you, kid, you can get strikes and you can get hopeful shots. This is absolute wonderful placement. He lifts off it majestically. There's not much to him. Seen more fat on a toothpick. But the power and placement in that wonderful lift is absolute champagne from the Frenchman, Antoine Griezmann. What a lovely goal from a player, again, that's two for his name, Phil. And he ain't that type of player. He's much more of a conductor and much more of an intricate playmaking type. But on his menu is goal scoring. Got 2 tonight. I think he had around about 20 in 120 games prior to this, something like that. But 2 wonderful
22,
goals.
now up to 24, but the most goals since they made it back into the top flight.
Yeah.
Of course, I think that says more about the lack of attackers. They do have Diego Ifran working his way back to full health available, but now with the lead again, can they hold it?
Good to see people that you praise ahead of the game and prior to everything that's going on. When you pick out from 22 players, just watch out for that kid, because the promise of magic is something special in our game, and it's always there in players like Antoine Griezmann. And for the first, well, right up until he scored, he was anonymous. He was playing poorly. His boots didn't look as if they were on the right feet. From what I've seen of him prior to it, I knew the kid had it in him and the ability, but that type of precision striking was not what I had expected. He's much more of a creative force, but again, there's many more arrows in his quill than just playmaker. So well done, Antoine. Look at that. Pummels it. I mean, it is beautiful to watch. Little velvet touch, and again, smart haircut.
Just 21 years of age, still maturing.
Fermenting. French.
little bit of bubbly. 60th minute, and what a golden opportunity. Zubi Kadai grasping at air.
And he does decide to leave his lane.
Now we know why he stays put.
Right.
Substitution coming on. Omar had an off day.
Yeah. And here comes the ex-Real Madrid youth man. So, you know, it's in his blood. He's a good player. He made 3 appearances for the Merengues. So he has got something about him. You have to have something about you, a little bit special to play for Real Madrid. There you go.
Former youth international as well. Not that far removed. What this is going to do, put a little bit more pressure on Oscar. Although they might end up pushing Victor Perez a bit higher. Touch to the inside, Rukovina, but no chance. Flick header. Vela thought there'd be someone making the run. Starting to see a bit of panic in the home side.
Number 1 for Griezmann. Number 2. So he was a penalty box predator, the first one, and he was an absolute archer with the second one, wasn't he? A wonderful hit.
Well, the one thing that we saw from both, though, is he is not one to hesitate when the opening is there. Backheel try from Castro, and now a chance on the break. Hebert with some backspin, but back in time. De La Vella. A little dangerous.
Like Griezmann. Intricate.
Quickly off Rukovina. The return pass a little too sharp from Vela. Nice from Perez, but read well. Laid off Aguirreche, and Griezmann looking for the hat-trick. Need to see more out of Oscar Gonzalez, and now maybe the chance. Guerra makes the move to the inside here. Bueno, not so bueno. Stepping up, Rubio tries to disguise it. Maybe should have taken it. Aguirreche, Griezmann on the trail, Vela on the backside.
Poor ball. Good run from the big man. Deserved better.
Looks like it's Vela that's down behind the play. It is. Play on, though, says the referee. I don't know if they've neutralized Ebert or he just hasn't looked for a chance to pull the trigger. Fans wanting a handball against Íñigo Martinez. Not coming. Needless to say, it's been a quieter second half for Ebert. Valenciaga punched away Zubi Kadai. And the volley screams high from Perez.
I think I've seen Patrick Hebert on the ball in this second half more than any other player for Valladolid, Phil. I don't think the problem is Patrick Hebert. I mean, he was carrying this team in the first half on his own 2 shoulders. And he wasn't getting much support from these other players that you're talking about. Oscar and Omar and Perez and Rubio. I don't remember them being involved in that first half too much as well. So, be off my man Patrick.
Aguirreche pulled down, and that'll be a free kick. We've seen Griezmann score from here. And the card coming out.
I think he definitely needs a little bit support from the likes of Alvaro Rubio, the man that you're talking about there, Phil. Hebert needs the other oxes to be pulling in his direction.
Agareche getting a bit more involved. Give him credit. He was the one that crashed in. Might have gotten a touch to set up Griezmann for the first.
Good run, that.
Juan Neda, Argentine forward, ex of Lanús in his first year with Valladolid.
Looks like Castro's going to test his left foot here.
Mendy there as well, but Maciel will leave it, and Castro off the wall. Martinez back to the middle, cleared by Rubio, and then into touch. I need to clarify on Ebert. It's first half. You can think of 3 shots that forced great stops from Zubikarai, the one that went in, and 3 or 4 more passes that probably could have led to goals. But here in the second half, and maybe that's the reason, a lot of the windows are shut. Off the quick restart, in for Oscar, sneaks it through. Ebert looking for Guerra, clear. Ebert tries to win it back, but he better watch out with a yellow card. And Griezmann is down. Well, fresh legs in the midfield. Neda, see if he goes out wide. Up top.
The Argentina man comes in, see if he can shift this table away from Sociedad towards his direction. That's great skill. Unlucky. He hasn't got many outlets, Phil. This Ebert. Been very lacking in support of his players around him, man. He's having to do it all by himself.
I think Jukic agrees, which is why he stuck Bueno and Neda in there. 2 more targets on the front line.
Yeah.
Chested down Valiente. Another chance for Rueda. Offside, but looks like the ref will let them play. No move for the ball. Now the first Sociedad going to pull out Vela. Remember, he was limping just a bit ago. Xavi Prieto, one of the best assist men in La Liga last year.
Yeah, bags of experience as well being sent on to protect this lead now by Montagnier. Prieto, usually the captain, a wealth of experience, about to enter. Good player. Another youth product, as always, for Real.
And this, in many ways, will take some of the pressure off of Griezmann and maybe make him more dangerous. Prieto, the type of player that can find him while locked in a phone booth.
Yep.
Griezmann, interesting story, Ray. 14 years of age, back in his native France. Actually went on trial with Montpellier, and they were playing PSG, 2 of the most storied sides in France. And there were other scouts there and did so well. It was Sociedad that actually offered him a trial first. He ended up staying with the scout in Bayonne and then traveling across the border to San Sebastian. Kept sticking around. They kept calling the parents saying, let him stay a little bit longer, and it's worked out. Now 6 years later. Almost falls, but a good header back by Rueda. Hernandez Not exactly a textbook
21-year-old Griezmann, as you say, Phil, and you know that nice story that you just said. But we've seen him so many times over the years, and I mean, the fact that he's played nearly 120 games in his professional, at 21-year-old, that is enough to say that the kid's got it. But he has had something special about him in all of the games coming in. He's really started to make a good name for himself around La Liga. But I'll say it again, I was disappointed with the way it started, and this season he has been a little bit subdued. So he's ignited this team here tonight with a solo performance, so maybe that'll be the impetus for him to kick on, because we've seen him put together some wonderful footballing performances. But there again, losing his footing in front of us.
Prieto showing some physical play. Foul this time on the other side. But Ray, isn't that one of the signs of a good player, of a good team? An off day, and he's still got 2 goals. And he'd probably be the first to say, if you cornered him, that he wasn't having a great go. Headed clear to the near side, a little far. Good hustle, Balenciaga, but can't control it. Pokes it free from Martinez. Oscar, he's got the weapons out there. The captain to the near side. Bueno, square, and it slips away. Oscar just not sharp. Griezmann again spun to the turf. Again, it's not easy to win against Valladolid in the Zorrilla.
It's heavy.
15 home victories last year, and done well here, even beating Levante, who is off to a good start. Nice pass, and the challenge from Mikel Gonzalez draws the referee's attention. And a nice round of applause. Of course, if the fans are applauding a yellow card against the opposition, kind of gives you an idea what their team has been doing. Give Guerra credit, he's still making the runs. Second change coming in for Sociedad, Jose Angel, and it's Chori Castro who will exit. On loan from Roma, ex-Sporting player. He was one of those that followed Luis Enrique over to the Eternal City, but after he departed, so did Angel. Chipped to the back post, but just off target. I'd like to see if the lead could do a little bit more building instead of just whacking it long. Well, maybe except for this one. Ebert's whacks pretty good. Rukavina on the overlap. It tried to blast the cross through.
Part of the reason that Patrick Ebert's been kept pretty much in the margins in this second half is because of the brighter start from the men in those bright orange shirts. They've been a lot more energetic in finding their players in the midfield sharp, and they've identified the main danger is this man on the ball.
Almost to the back, and Rubio headed clear.
Done a good job just locking down on the German and starting to come out with the substitutes in and the experience now. It's just going to get tougher for the home team, and for Montañez's men, La Real, it's been a long time since they've tasted the sweet taste of victory on the road. It's been 12 away games without a win, Phil.
5 straight where it's been defeat.
Yep.
Beres dispossessed. One back though. Nera doing well. That has started Gimnasia de la Plata before Lanús plucked him away, and it didn't take long for Valladolid to come calling. Snuck in by Rueda, lifted by
magic!
Ebert. In for Oscar! And there's the equalizer!
Set up by you-know-who, the one-man battleship that is called Patrick Ebert. Absolutely beautiful with this little dink ball in for Oscar. And he'll be handing a statue to Patrick Ebert at the end of this game. Look at this. Absolute perfection from the German international under 21 level. Jürgen Löw, are you looking in? Because you've got another one on the conveyor belt. It's been a tremendous performance. Instinctive pass from Patrick this time, Phil, but right into stride. Doesn't overhit it, doesn't underhit it, doesn't complicate it. Just right into the path for Oscar. Wonderful. Equaliser. Getting a boatload of goals when Patrick's around.
Give credit to Neda. He was the one that made the attack. Then it was Rueda who found Ebert.
Nah, I'm not giving any credit to them at all. I'll give credit to Patrick Ebert, and that's where it ends. Even Oscar.
The
finish. The old mama could have put that one in, but she couldn't have hit that pass like Patrick Ebert did.
Well, you called Griezmann, you called Ebert, and boy, did they show up today. 2 goals for the Frenchman, a goal and an assist for the German.
You said in the first half, Phil, and said at half-time, you could not even begin to think of who to put your money on in this game to win this game, and on it goes. This game on a lovely high ledge now. Big points for both these teams. They want the 3.
To the end line, the cross blocked by Rukavina. Ebert spins it out of danger. Strong challenge, Markel, but errant on the outlet. Same story for Balenciaga. Former athletic man. Getting to be, you can't kick anyone anymore.
He holds him, actually. His arm comes up across. Martinez goes across with his hand, as you'll see right here. Very little as well. Watch how easily he goes down.
Final quarter hour underway. There you see the cards that could play a role. But the 2 superstars are the ones that have been drawing the headlines. There's been a lot of chaff, but I guess the wheat starting to come out. Ebert from Rukavina. Nice turn, Oscar. Pass wide. Back for Oscar. Ebert making the run inside. Cleared by Inigo. Prieto, class.
Ebert hunting him down. Nope. Tackling not his best attribute.
Well, if they want to go for the victory, Diego Ifran is still on the bench. I have a feeling he might have started, if healthy, over Agareche. Martinez.
Go a long way easing the relegation concerns for Sociedad. Not quite in that area yet, but 3 points for them. We'll take them away from that zone, and then for the home team, of course, as we said earlier, talking about Europa League spot in the early days, something to aim for, and here's your sub.
A little limp as he makes his way to the sidelines. Still a bit surprised that he's exiting. Montagnier protecting his youngster. Next match for them back at home against Espanyol after a trip to Cordoba in the Cup. I have a feeling Griezmann will be rested. Wide, but the slip. Rukavina shows his frustration. So no hat trick. Ruben Pardo, the man that checks in. Pardo, another midfielder, homegrown. Youth international, still waiting his call up with the under-20s though. Strong Balenciaga, even stronger Prieto. Ebert to the back.
What a good ball.
Zubi handled that one well.
Yep.
Offside against Guerra. Guerra has slotted into the midfield and tried to drop that onto the striker's boot, and close by a heel. Still awaiting his first goal of the season. Ebert now on the left. The header goes awry. Hasn't been the prettiest of games, but it is turning into a bit of a nail biter.
Oh, taking a nasty hop towards him, felt the pressure and takes a safe way out. Nothing wrong with that.
Valiente
rather than
retreats.
losing possession inside the field, put it out, get reorganized.
Smart from Prieto. Already Deportivo, Espanyol, and Osasuna 7, 6, and 5 points respectively at the bottom of the table. And if this score holds, Sociedad will be just one game above them at 10. Driven by Martinez. Again, Hernandez a bit awkward, but gets the job done. Heading to the 83rd minute. And Valladolid surrendering possession a bit too easily. Now get a chance to win it back. Nieto. Run by Oscar in the middle. Ebert. Nieto challenging. Niera challenging and helping to win it back. Perez. Ebert. Bueno trying to wrong foot Martinez. Balenciaga. Ray at the half had a feeling this would end in a tie. I didn't think we'd get there to this point, but it's starting to have a feel like there might still be one more goal in this game. Now it's Valladolid's turn. Oscar. Rukavina. Looked more like he was trying to meet a run than meet the net. For Valladolid, the 1 point will lift them to 10th. And that's 3 points behind 7th place Sevilla.
Yeah, puts them in the hunt, in a good place. But again, both teams must have fancied their chances here tonight coming in. The home team given their form in front of the home fans, and the other side, the away form of Sociedad has been horrific. And they've had the opportunities here tonight. 2 leads squandered. Ball
wide, Jose Angel. Xavi Prieto wondering what might have been.
He's done well there. Good play by the ex-Real Madrid man.
Into the center, starting a break. Neda, Bueno. Good work by the substitutes. Bueno wide for the Argentine, a bit too wide. Draws Martinez with him. Into the box, rifles it in, and a lunging tackle out for the corner. Well, he's Argentine.
Yeah, never gives up. And good link up, as you said, Phil, between Buena and Neda. This combination, fresh legs.
Gutsy challenge by Perez, and he'll actually get the call in his favor on the challenge. 85th minute, all but done. Not a lot of time to be added in the second half. 2, maybe 3 minutes.
A long, long way out, even for this man who's vying for man of the match to strike past the keeper. A long way out. Showed before that Patrick's got the cleverness to get around you with little dagger balls. This is power.
Drives it into the wall, and it goes off the back of Valladolid, but straight to Balenciaga to the back post, and Zubikarai just gets a touch. Well, the keepers have made it interesting. You know what? If he doesn't get there, maybe that one does head back across. Off the corner, looking for Valiente. Second crack cleared by Alermendi. Well handled. Ebert finding a bit more success.
What a ball. Magic.
Wrong footing into the middle. Get up. Falls for Bueno. Alermendi now the other way. Caution to the winds now.
Wonderful play again. Patrick Ebert setting away Guerra with that lovely little ball and tried to find Buena inside of him. Very close there.
Agareche turned, tripped, but the ball poked free. Only as far as Prieto, who hasn't really had the chance to show off that talented right boot. Who knows? Still time. Jose Angel.
Good lay.
Part of the under-19s. Did so well in Europe. Seen a bit more out of Perez and Rubio in the second half. But it's still the Patrick Ebert show. Oscar. What was that? Alermendi surrounded. Stops the run. Another chance for Valladolid.
He's got to set the record this game for change of possessions in 90 minutes.
Neda.
It's as if they're trying to help the other team so many times. Both clubs unforgiving.
Weaving to the center.
Nicely.
Bueno. 2 men on his heels, but just sticking a boot out. Markel Bergara. A look away pass. Alermendi probably should have looked. Brought down well. Ebert sees the run. Cleared by Rueda. Into the middle. Still
Beautiful.
loose. Bueno lifted up. Hits Rueda. Play on, says the ref. It was a lightning shot. Rapid reaction, but it does come off the hand of Rueda. Well, but as said, he saw it, but says play on. Sociedad's hero on the bench, looking on. Nothing more Griezmann can do. Someone else will have to be a hero. But Ebert continuing to pull the strings for the home side. There's a few more weapons here. Approaching the 90th minute. Alermendi more man than ball, says the ref. Off the elbow. But bringing it to his chest would have been a very harsh call. Ebert again now off on the right flank. Agareche drops. Poked away from Ruben Pardo. Pardo, another young star in the making. Can he fill in for Griezmann? Martinez. The run in the middle is there, but quickly covered. Agareche on the turn. Elaramendi. Three minutes to be added. Ruben Pardo doing enough. Three men, says Donny.
Three men in the box for Sociedad. It's pretty amazing when there's so much at stake and 2 minutes left. Increased to 4, 3 waiting outside of the box. And you know it's not going to be served to either of them. What are they doing?
Ruben Pardo for about 30 on an angle straight into the wall. Second effort through and well handled by Hernandez.
Yeah, just the way that Real Sociedad drew it up in practice, I'm sure. Not brave enough for me.
Poorly cleared by the Venezuelan. The number's still forward, lifted over his head, and it bounces inches wide. Jose Angel, or actually, that might have been Rueda, the center back, almost from the heavens.
Open goal over the top of the keeper, and he cannot adjust his gyroscope quick enough. Unbelievable. Could have sworn that one was headed into the back of the open net.
Donny Hernandez so frustrated by the poor clearance, forgot he was still playing. Poked in the middle. Perez drops. Still about a minute left. The fans not happy as there was a collision on that far side, and it looks like, is it Ebert who's down? Sociedad continuing to play, driving into the middle. Now it's Pardo that's down. Off for Oscar. Ebert still on the ground. And now Oscar knocked to the turf, kicks out. Alvarez letting everything go. Launched long, it almost worked. This time, tipped over the bar as Hernandez scrambles back.
Wonderful from the Venezuelan international. Rueda, it is, it goes for goal again. He nearly got him the first time and his accuracy wasn't right. The accuracy's good, he just doesn't get enough on it by a cat's whisker. That's brilliant from Danny Boy. Wonderful minding of the net from the Venezuelan international to save the bacon.
You'd say, why was he so far off the line? But normally this time you're kind of keeper sweeper, and he was at the mercy and still came back with a heroic stop. No expression from Djukic. Montagnier has to be dreaming. Pardo to the middle, punched away by Hernandez, and that is going to do it. 2-2, but what a strange trip it's been.
Rueda could have won it twice, but there's a number of players that had the opportunities here tonight. An unexpected goal fest by these club standards. At least Sociedad get a point away from home.
Here the way things look, and Atletico keeping pace with Barcelona, stride for stride. Real Madrid, after a horrid start, still 8 off the pace, but back up to 4th. Betis and Levante rounding out the European spots, and Sevilla just 1 off the pace. Valladolid with the point climbs to 10th, but could have climbed to 8th with a victory. Meanwhile, the second half of the table mentioned Deportivo Espanyol and Osasuna, but Athletic Bilbao and Granada still too close for comfort, and Sociedad at 14. Well, they did get the point. Sociedad still has that winless streak away from home, but it could have been so much worse.
Griezmann capitalised. He'd be back for more. A second one. Patrick Ebert levels it. And then Griezmann again would be involved. Lovely hammer blow. Cross between a sledgehammer and a rapier from the young Frenchman. But it would all be tied up in the end by Oscar for a deserved draw, both teams.
Playing the game of golf through my career and worrying about what I was going to do next to put on the record book. I played the game because I loved the game.
Nicholas goes boldly for the hole.
His passion on the course made him the most accomplished player in major championship golf. Jack Nicklaus on Sporting Grades. This month on beIN Sport. All the excitement of La Copa del Rey is on beIN Sport. It's time to see the Titans in action. Barcelona begins their title defense with the usual